Hello, my wonderful people, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel once more. And I still remain your host, Don Boogie Don. And it's really been a long time. I've really missed you guys, and I trust that you guys have really missed me too. So, welcome back to another episode of Sports with Don Boogie Don. It's really been long. It's really been long, and I'm happy we are back. Football is back in full force again. So I welcome you guys to today's episode. And on today's episode, we'll be looking at the world of football. We'll be touching a little bit on basketball and also in boxing, just a little bit in boxing. So how do we kick off if not with football and the story surrounding the deaths of we'll also talk about wrestling, a little bit of wrestling, and if not the death of some of our heroes and legends in football. In the in the month of July, we heard the sad news of Diego Jota and his brother Andre Silva, who died in an accident while trying to move back to their bases from from Spain. So it's a really sad one. Also, in that light, we had the news of the death of the WWE Hall of Famer and wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, who also died in July, and it's really been a bad one also. So for our legend that have gone, we pray that their souls rest in peace. So we have to take a moment of silence to remember these legends. We pray that the soul of the departed will continue resting in the bosom of our Lord. Amen. So we'll move straight to what we have for you guys today. And where do we start from? Let's start from boxing and talk about the champ, the guy making the news now in boxing, in heavyweight boxing, Ita Uma, who has a Nigerian origin. The guy has just burst into the scene, just 20 years of age. He burst into the scene and is causing a lot of noise and beating lots of heavyweight class icons also. So it's a really good one to see. The last time we saw something like that was the days of Mike Tyson. Days of Mike Tyson. So we really wish him well. Itauma, we wish you well and go there and make us proud. Not forgetting our brother also, Anthony Joshua, who really did his best when he was in his prime. So we look forward to see this guy. And one wrestler I really look forward to seeing fight is Alexander Usyk. I really want to see that fight happen. Maybe not this year, maybe next year or in the next 2 years. I really want to see that fight happen. For me, deep down, I really believe that this guy is the end. He will bring the end of Alexander Usyk's boxing career to an end. He will bring the boxing career to an end. So kudos to our young man there, and we pray that you go higher and higher from here. So from there, we'll jump in straight to basketball. And in basketball, over the last few weeks or months, we saw what the Tigress did there at the Afro Women's Basketball Tournament. And kudos to them and congrats to them also for lifting that tournament. We wish them well, but at the ongoing tournament now, the Afro Basket Men's Tournament, the Tigers didn't really live up to what we expected of them. They started well, winning the three games in their group matches, winning the three games in their group, and that was a very very resounding game in the group stages, but making it to the quarterfinals, their first game in the quarterfinals, they were beaten madly by Senegal. They were beaten madly by Senegal, 91 points to 75 in the first quarter. The Tigers managed to take the first quarter, winning 24 to 23 points. But in the second quarter, it was all Senegal, winning 30 points to 18. Third quarter remained Senegal 23 points to 13. And the Tigers made a comeback in the fourth quarter, winning 20 points to 15. But it wasn't enough at the end of the day. So Senegal went home with that win, meaning our boys we are sent packing and we are sent home. It was really, really a sad one for us because I personally looked forward to these guys making it to the final with the way they played in the group game. So I really looked forward for them making it to the finals, but it didn't happen. So we we try again next time. We try again next time. Then from there, we move straight into football. And where else to start football if not from home? We start with the NPFL. And ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that this weekend we are about to enter, we are going to witness the resumption of the 2025-2026 NPFL season. And the season will be kicking off on Friday. On Friday, it will be kicking off with Remo Stars versus Rivers United. What a way to start the season! What a way to start the season! You are pitting up the defending champions against the former defending champions. And I would really like to watch this game. I really would like to see what this game will give us. I really want to see what will come out of this game. What a way to start the season. What a way to start the season. So today, just get it started and running with Remo Stars up against Rivers United. Then on Saturday, we'll see Abia Warriors taking on Kano Pillars. That game is coming up by 4 p.m. The Remo and Rivers game is coming up 4 p.m. today. So on Saturday, Abia Warriors versus Kano Pillars, Wiki Tories versus Plateau United, Castina United versus Warri Wolves, Rangers International versus Kun Caliphate. Kun Caliphate, these are the new boys in the league, Kun Caliphate. So we are going to see how this one pounds out for Rangers. They are the Cathedral Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. Then Kwara versus Ikorodu City, Kanemi versus Bendel Insurance, 3FC versus Bayelsa United, Barua versus Enyimba. Barua, another promoted team in the NPFL. Then on Wednesday, we'll be wrapping up the week 1 with Niger Tornadoes versus Kwara United. Sorry. The games I called earlier will be played on Sunday. The games I called earlier will be played on Sunday. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games I called earlier will be played on Sunday. Then on Wednesday, we'll be wrapping up the game week 1 with Niger Tornadoes versus Nasarawa United. The NPFL is back, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your shoes if you're around these locations. You should grab your shoes and move to the stadium. So without wasting much of your time, let me call out the stadiums that will be hosting the NPFL. First, the Mojulabi Johnson Arena in Lagos, Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium there in Benin City, Adosie Ameka Stadium in Port Harcourt, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium there in Bauchi, the Lekon Salami Stadium in Ibadan, Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano, Ilorin Township Stadium in Ilorin Township Stadium still in Ilori, hosting Niger Tornadoes also. Jos City Stadium there in Jos. The Jos City Stadium there in Jos. Then the remaining ones are Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, like I said earlier, Ferungu Rangers there in Enugu. The Muhammad Diko Stadium in Castina, MK Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta, Dan Anyam Stadium in Owerri, the Lafia City Stadium in Lafia, Sani Abacha Stadium for Kano Pillars 2, El Kanemi Warrior Stadium in Meduguri, Elephant Park in Aba for Enyimba, then the Southern Delta University Stadium there in Ozoro. So these are the stadiums that will be hosting the NPFL games this season. So if you are within the area of these stadiums, so please go out there, make it lively. Let them know that the NPFL still exists. Let the fans shout and let them know that we have people supporting the NPFL there. So that's it for the NPFL. We are looking forward to a great game week one for the NPFL. Nice one to the organizers also for starting this league at this time, because in the years past we usually see how we start our MPFL. Sometimes we do start way before, way after others have started their leagues in Europe and other places. So from there, we'll move to Africa and talk about the Chan tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a sad, sad one for our Chan Eagles with that tournament. I really had high hopes for those boys for the Chan tournament, but the performance they gave us wasn't really what I looked forward to. With the players that were listed and the way they performed in the MPFL this season, I really thought that maybe somehow we should be making it to the knockout stages, but it was really a saddened performance from the Chan Eagles. First of all, we lost our two group games. Lost our two group games before coming back to win Congo in the last game 2-0, and that couldn't really help us. We got knocked out with 3 points in a group that we should have been leading. But is all what it is. So we have welcomed the guys home, and we hope to turn out again in the next tournament. Eric Chell should really make him sit up as the Super Eagles coach. You can't carry a Chan team and don't make a quarterfinals. What then are you telling us about the upcoming AFCON in December? So the coach and his management should really work on their tactical brilliance and their coaching skills, because this Chan Eagles team should be making it to the knockout stages. So that's it for the Chan tournament, and also we are saying kudos to our girls for completing the Mission X. Kudos to the Super Falcons for winning the 10th WAFCON. And in total, we have 12 Women's Nations League in Africa. So kudos to the girls. We are the defending champions once again. And we look forward to defend. Is our birthright. It's our birthright. We know. But some will still say it's not. But we know it's our birthright. So we wish them well, and from there we move to Europe. A lot have been happening in transfer window. I've not been around to hit you guys up with what is going on in the transfer window, but as we all know, see the way the teams have been going on in the transfer window. Liverpool doing their best, Arsenal doing their best, Chelsea doing their best. Man City already did their business in January of this year, but nevertheless, they really did one or two businesses um, this summer window. And also, even the lower teams, the newly promoted Sunderland, they were doing their best. So kudos to everyone. Kudos to everyone. So from there, we won't waste any of your time. Let's talk about the transfer headache that we have, which is Alexander Isak and Brian Wissa of Brentford. I don't really know. Coupled with the issue of Donnarumma and the PSG. I won't really say this is where I stand on the matter or this is where I don't stand on the matter, but these clubs should find a way to resolve this, because this is getting messy. We have the clubs trying to hold down Alexander Isak, saying he has a contract with us. The same thing with Brentford, with Visa saying he has a contract with us, this and that. So this I don't really get what is really going on with the transfer happening in this window with Isak and Wissa. With the clubs, they should really do a very good job to keep this on wraps and try to resolve this quickly. Like Eddie Howe once said that he's not going to talk about these transfers. He's not going to say anything on this transfer. Like moments earlier, he said that this saga will soon be over. So we are looking forward to it. We have like barely how many days to the end of the transfer window. Let's see how they resolve the issue. Then over there in Paris, the issue of Donnarumma and PSG. I don't really know what is going on there. Isaac, Wissa, and co are busy battling their clubs over there in PSG. The club and the coach are the one pushing for Donnarumma to really leave after all he has done for PSG and the mad, impressive season he gave us last time out there for PSG, both in the Champions League and all competitions around Europe, and also in the Club World Cup. By the way, congrats to Chelsea for winning the FIFA Club World Cup, the first tournament of this kind. Congrats to them also. So this transfer window, a lot has been happening, but I really hope that these clubs should do fast and resolve this, because this is really getting messy. A transfer window that we all enjoyed at a point, because Liverpool we are buying, Man City we are doing their own, Chelsea we are buying, Arsenal we are buying, Sunderland, a lot of teams. So even Tottenham Hotspur we are trying to do their best, although they didn't really buy that much, but the additions that they made to that team we are resounding. Manchester United also not being forgotten. So we are really enjoying this until these issues started coming out. So I hope the clubs can resolve those issues. So let's go to the season awards, the PFA season awards that we are given, that was given just yesterday, and the team of the year has really caused a lot of controversy. In goal, we have Martials of Nottingham Forest. In defense, Virgil van Dijk of Liverpool, Milos Kekes of Bournemouth stroke Liverpool, then William Saliba of Arsenal, Gabriel Magalhaes of Arsenal. In midfield, we have Declan Rice of Arsenal, Ryan Gravenberch of Liverpool, McAllister of Liverpool. In attack, we have Mohamed Salah of Liverpool, Alexander Isak of Newcastle, and Chris Wood of Nottingham Forest. We saw the news, the write-up that Isak dropped after he was named in the PFA Team of the Year, and this is what we have been talking about. These clubs should try and resolve these issues. So a lot of controversies have been coming out. Things like what is Gabriel and Saliba doing in the starting lineup, that one of them should have been there to give space for the right back to be in the team. But it is what it is. The PFA have given who they want to be in the team. Another controversy in that team is the issue of Ryan Gravenberch being in that team. Some are saying Moise Caicedo should have been there, that Gravenberch didn't really last throughout the entirety of last season. He had a very good first half of the season, but the second half of the season, he gradually died off. So a lot of people are saying, but these are the words we got from the PFA. And also the issue of Isaac, Chris Wood, and Mohamed Salah, according to some, also raising the concerns that there is no recognized left back in this team. But when you thoroughly look at it, do we really have any left back really turning up this past season? I can't really point out to a player and say this is a standout left back. Left winger for the season that just passed. Maybe I can call Morgan Rogers, but was he really a left winger throughout last season? Sometimes we saw him drifting into the middle to play. So I don't really know, but for the attack line, I don't really have a problem with that, because these were the guys that were banging it last season. These were the guys that were on form last season. So in the attack, I don't have any issue. In midfield, the calls for Moise Caicedo has been raised. Also, the calls for Declan Rice has been raised too. In defense, also, like I said, no recognized right back. So that's it for the PFA. And for the Young Player of the Year, which went to Morgan Rogers, a lot were calling for Dean Huijsen of Bournemouth to have won the award. But for me, from the start, I always said I wanted what's it called, Morgan Rogers to win the award, and He got it. Then the undisputed PFA player of the season went to Mohamed Salah. Who else but him? The great Mohamed Salah. So that's it for the PFA award. So um we should be going in straight to the season preview to talk about who is going to win the league by the end of this season, who should be going for the golden boot, who should be going for the different awards also. This is coming after game week 1 of the Premier League, but this preview I've already done it. So whatever I'm saying will not be based on what we saw on game week 1. I've already written those things down before game week 1. So going into who I think should be winning the golden boot for this coming season, I think Erling Haaland will really turn up. Haaland will really turn up because what I saw from him um, during the Club World Cup really impressed. I wouldn't say I was really impressed by the standard of Erling Haaland, but he really impressed me from the standard of what he dropped last season, because the likes of Tijani Reinders, Ryan Cheki, those guys will really help to energize that Manchester City midfield. Last season Kevin De Bruyne dropped off, and the issue of Rodri not being around really helped made that Manchester City midfield ride up, and it also affected Erling Haaland. So this season, and I believe that getting it right with Tijani Reinders, Ryan Cheki, Nico Gonzalez also playing throughout last season, I think he's getting fitted and getting to know the position of what he wants to do at Manchester City with what he has done last season. So this season it will just be him fitting in for Rodri, but nobody can fit that shoe of Rodri. Rodri is Rodri anytime, any day, and if he remains fit, this season, I think Man City's midfield would really help out Haaland with also Omar Mamouche there too, and Aitonuri there. A lot of crosses will be coming in, and you know that Haaland is a beast. Is a beast when it comes to the air. So for the Golden Boot, I am picking Erling Haaland to finish up for the Golden Boot. Then coming second or runners up to him should be Hugo Ekitike. Hugo Ekitike, barring what Liverpool wants to do with Isak. If they go all out with Hugo Ekitike throughout this season, I believe that guy will do wonders. He will do wonders. He will be, for me, the player to watch out for this season. He will be the player to watch out for this season. I've seen his performance in preseason games. I saw his performance there at Wembley for the FA Cup, and also the first game Liverpool played. But I said I won't include anything concerning the first game. So the first game week 1 should be moved out. So his performance in the FA Cup really showed that this guy is a player that will really do well if he's being supplied with all those passes. So these are the two players I think should be going neck and neck for the Golden Boot. Kudos to Mohamed Salah, but the role he played during the preseason, he was more like what should I say, the provider. He was more like the provider throughout the preseason game. So I see him also doing more when it comes to assist. So without saying much, we go to the assist, the playmaker award, and the player, like I said earlier, is Mohamed Salah. He's the player I'm picking to win the assist, the playmaker award, as the highest assist for the season. If not him, it should be Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, with the way he played last season, the quickest to get to 10 assists before he went on that long injury. If he had been injury free throughout last season, I think he would have gotten maybe probably more than 20 assists. So this season, I pick him to also continue from where he stopped. But the Saka I have seen in preseason, I don't really know. I don't really know what he's going to bring to this season. But with Gyökeres there in the team, and Arsenal also going for Eberechi Eze. If they can get these guys, and Odegaard also firing, I see Saka also coming tops in the assist chart. For my player of the season, for my player of the season, basically I think the player of the season should be coming from any team that wins the Premier League this season, because a lot of signings have been made. Manchester United surprising everybody with Cunha, Buemo, what's his name, Sesko. Player of the season should basically be coming from the team of the season, and I believe I will still get to that. Let me not rush. I will get to that. So the player of the season will have to wait. The signing of the season. I think the signing of the season, at the point of making this video, the signing of the season for me, if Eketike does what he did at Wembley, I think he will be ending up being the signing of the season. Yes, a lot of players have been signed, Cunha, Mbuemo, having the Premier League experience and all that. But let's see how Manchester United go. With Amorim still there, I don't really know. But for me, I will pick Ekitike to be the signing of the season. There is Florian Wirtz there also, but I believe the the he has to work on his physicality, because that Wirtz give me that kind of Coutinho vibes, but a Coutinho with more output. He gives me that kind of a Coutinho player back then at Liverpool. So let's see how that goes also. Then moving into the season preview proper, where teams will finish. For the relegation team, I will pick Burnley. I think Burnley will be one of the relegation teams this season, followed by um, Wolves. I think it's been long coming for Wolves. It's been long coming for Wolves, and they won't resist it. They won't escape it this time around. Wolves will not escape relegation this time around. I believe so. They are going down. They will go down. So Burnley, Wolves, and maybe anybody between Leeds and Leeds and probably West Ham. Leeds and probably West Ham, because I don't really see any other person. With the signing Sunderland made, with the signing they have made so far, I really think if the coach can really get those guys gelling together, Sunderland will be a blast this season, and I will be picking them for my surprise team of the season. Sunderland will be my surprise team of the season. They might not really get to that European spot, maybe sixth, fifth, and upwards, but I really pick Sunderland to do wonders this season. Maybe end somewhere 8, 10, 12, around that position, but I don't really see Sunderland going down with the presence of Xhaka there, and some of the players that they have signed. So I don't really see them going down. So my pick for relegation will be Burnley, Wolves, Leeds, or West Ham United. Potter, I don't really see. For me, I believe Potter will be the first coach to be sacked. That will lead me to the first coach to leave this season. It should be between Daniel Falke and Potter. I think between these two guys, one of them will be leaving first this season. So from there, we'll pick the teams that will finish that will finish in European places. The top six. The top six. For my top six, Liverpool will be there, Arsenal will be there, Manchester City will be there, Chelsea will be there, Manchester United will be there, and I think Tottenham will be there also. So in rankings, I think Manchester United will be finishing sixth, anything sixth, seventh. Tottenham will be finishing fifth, with Thomas Frank there and the addition of Mohamed Kudus, and with what they played against PSG. I know they can't keep that intensity up, but if they can play anything 80, 70 of what they played against PSG all game, I think it should be enough for them to finish sixth. Should be enough for them to finish sixth. And knowing also they are going to play Champions League football, I don't really think that the squad that they have can really lead them to what the demands of this season wants from them. But Thomas Frank, being who he is, I think he will get a way to manage that squad. Then for fourth position, with all the additions that Chelsea have made, I don't really see Chelsea moving ahead of Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City. So Chelsea, I will place Chelsea in fourth, and Arsenal, surprisingly for me, Arsenal will be finishing third this season. Ma- the Premier League title run will be between Liverpool and Manchester City. Some may try to say this and this and this, but Pep Guardiola, nobody has really sat down to look into that team that Pep Guardiola is assembling, and knowing fully well that Rodri will be back. So I don't really see Manchester City going anything below second this season for bias reasons. And I won't say bias reasons, but from the additions made and a little bit of bias, I will pick Liverpool to win the title this season and Manchester City to finish second. So saying that, I really believe that the player of the season will be coming from the Liverpool team. If not Ugo Eketiki, maybe from Mohamed Salah. I think any of the two would be the Premier League player of the season. So that's the preview. That's my pick for the season. And from there, I will quickly talk about La Liga. I think Barcelona will still retain the league title there in Spain. I don't really see any big challengers to them there in Spain. So Barcelona will really still retain the title, and Real Madrid coming second also. Atletico normal finishing third. Then in Italy, Napoli, I don't think anything will really challenge Napoli this season. Inter Milan are there, but Napoli with Conte there, they will still do a lot. I hear there are links to our own Nigerian Tolu Arokodare. So I hope, and I believe they will give their all to retain that title in Italy. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me on today's episode of Sports with Don Bogidon. It's really been a long time, and I thank God we are here doing this. So, join me next time on Tuesday or Monday. We'll be bringing you the roundup of what has happened over the weekend. And to you guys, I hope you enjoy your weekend. Football is back. Football is back. So the weekends, we are here to enjoy it. What else do we do with our life? We are here to enjoy football. So, like I always say, be safe out here this weekend as you drink and make merry. Also, know your gauge and be careful. So, go out there, enjoy your life. Remember to like, share, and also subscribe. I need your subscription. It's very important. Please try and subscribe and spread the word that Don Bogidon is here to stay. I love you guys, and I pray to meet you back again. Thank you guys, and see you next time on another episode with Sports with Don Bogidon. Bye bye.